Everything quality interviews. I got my good guy, good friend, incredible person, Donald Lancaster today. He's an MIT graduate, a poet. He even won some spelling bee competitions. Played a little bit of D3 football as well. But see why he graduated from MIT and came to LA to pursue acting. You're curious, aren't you? I am too. Check him out, Donald Lancaster, guys.
People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
Better has no maximum. Feed your faith until your doubts starve to death.
Don't play with your time because it won't wait on you.
Every day is a new life toward wise men.
Only a person's doubts get them poor.
You need wisdom. The moment you get mad is the moment you miss the lesson.
Your ultimate goal in life is to become your best self.
You need not.
How do you respond to failure? That's what's gonna determine your
God's
success.
delays are not God's denials.
Whatever you want to do in life, stop thinking about it and just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Everything quiet.
Everything quiet.
Everything quiet. Everything quality.
Everything quality interviews. I'm here today with Mr. Donald Lancaster, great friend, MIT graduate. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, doing great.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Tell the people about who Donald Lancaster is.
Well, grew up in a small town. It was like population of 742. To give you some relative size.
Wow.
I lived on a dirt road.
Okay.
You know, there was a Dairy Queen nearby. That was about it.
Right.
Then I moved, went to school in Boston.
School in Boston. What school did you attend?
I went to MIT.
MIT. The Ivy League MIT or just MIT?
Well, technically, it's not Ivy League, but
Right.
I mean, it is like in a league of its own, I would say. Well, I mean, I got there not knowing much about what I wanted to do, what
Right.
direction I wanted to go.
Right.
But I did have, my past experiences to build on, and really that's all I was aiming to do. I did play football.
Okay.
I did end up graduating with a mechanical engineering degree, and I made a lot of great friends along the way.
Right. So talk a little bit about your football career. I didn't know too much about that.
Yeah, MIT has a football team. Surprise,
Okay.
right?
D3, D2.
Yeah, it was D3.
Okay.
We played a lot of like New England schools as a boycott or
Right.
Boyd division for sports.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And what was your position?
I was a wide receiver,
Could you catch?
one-handed.
Come on, get out of here, Randy Moss. I remember one time we were speaking a while ago. You were talking about your professors and your courses. They're pretty intense. Like,
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of tough courses. I mean, just to give a spectrum on professors, like one of my professors invented RFID. So like,
RFID.
they have like ID passes. You scan them and you get into a building.
Oh, really?
That's the kind of people I was dealing with. So it's like you're already
What class
a little
was he
intimidated.
teaching?
Yeah, that was 2008. So it was kind of about engineering processes.
Oh.
We always talk in numbers.
Right.
So that was like, how do you take a process, how do you make it better, and then just like general, like how to make products and like, kind of just the step-by-step to get there.
Right. So you graduated with an engineering degree. So when you came out, what was your first thought? You didn't want to go into the engineering field?
Well, I mean, I thought about it, and I just said like, what are my experiences in college? Where's my value at?
Right.
What am I best at? And I realized, I'm really there to help other people succeed and provide inspiration.
Oh,
And so
okay.
that's, I mean, it sounds kind of, I don't know if that's self-centric or not, but like, it seemed that way because I was helping other people. Like I was helping them with fitness. I was helping them with school, study habits, just like how to be happy in life in general.
So just talking about how to be happy, how does Donald be happy? Like, what is your focus?
I mean, you got to pursue your dreams and like pursue you. I
Right.
feel like everybody's got their own unique style, unique self that they have to show to the world, and it's everyone's responsibility to do that.
Right. So you're in LA, and I know that you act. A lot of people probably don't know that. But how does acting connect with Donald Lancaster, the person? How does that have a connection with you? And what is about acting that you love so much?
Well, I mean, acting is like it's really one small part in filmmaking in general, and you really can't say that it's everything because there's so much that goes into filmmaking and I feel lucky just to be a part of it.
Right.
But storytelling in general, I feel, is a very profound thing for human culture in general. And it's something that I feel, at least coming out of college, I thought that was not taken seriously enough.
Oh.
And so that's why I felt like I should put myself into it.
Wow. So you saying acting wasn't taken serious, or storytelling per se?
Storytelling
Okay.
and acting.
So you would have a story to tell, I would say.
Right. Yeah.
So I know we talked a lot of times before, but you said you won a spelling bee championship in your younger days, and something about rocket launching. You was finalist, and so talk more about that. Can you give me more detail?
Let's see. Well, I started in second grade.
Right.
I was a spelling bee champion. I was actually competing against second, third, fourth, and fifth graders, and I beat the fifth graders. Of course, they were mad. It was funny though. It was funny.
Wow.
And I remember after I won the second year in a row in third grade, everyone, like the fourth graders, were like, "Hey man, when are you gonna let us win?" I was like, "I don't know."
So you were just winning every year.
I did lose one year.
Well, yeah, okay.
I did.
When you hear the word quality, what does that mean to you?
Quality. Well, I feel like it's very closely tied with value.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it really depends on the context you're looking at, but quality in general is associated with value. So depending on what you're looking at, quality could be a strong contributor of value to some field.
Okay.
So it just depends on what you're looking at, but it's generally with value and something that's you consider a contribution.
Right. So quality has a positive or a good connotation, I would think.
Definitely, definitely positive.
Okay, I like that. As far as Donald, what keeps you motivated on a day-to-day basis? Like, what keeps you going? What keeps you up? What keeps you driven?
I would say, I listen to a lot of music, so music definitely keeps me going. And then just hearing other people, in the artistry field, in my opinion, is something that really keeps me going besides myself.
Right.
Obviously, I feel like when it goes with people and trying to accomplish things, their selves have to be the one that really keeps them going the most. But the people around you really do lift you up and provide energy for you.
So, so what type of music do you listen to keep you motivated, or just in general? What is your taste of music?
I do listen to a lot of things. Hip hop is probably my main source I listen to.
Okay.
I'd say if I picked one artist, I'd say Kendrick Lamar in the past 2 years has been the biggest influence on me.
Right, lyrical.
Yeah, for him, he came out, in a genre where there's a lot of people trying to be a certain thing, and he really focuses on bringing his truth to world, and then just being himself, showing his unique style, and kind of like the art of storytelling, just being himself and putting that out into the world because it's important.
Right, that's true. So, like we said before, we talked about acting, and acting is one of your big passions. I don't know if you watch a lot of movies, or do you have a favorite actor or a big time movie that you love the most, that inspires you, or that makes you go?
Well, you kind of you always think back what's a really big influence on you, and it's kind of a corny movie, but A Knight's Tale. Heath Ledger was a really big influence on me.
Okay.
And the theme to that one was really changing your stars. And so he was this kid that came from a really poor environment, and in that time, if you weren't born of royal blood, you couldn't be a knight. And so it was kind of him saying, it doesn't matter where I'm born, what I was born into, I'm going to be whatever I want to be.
Wow, I like that.
So that was so it's crazy.
Yeah, that's dope. I got to check that movie out. What's the name of it again?
A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale. So is he one of your favorite actors, or was one of your favorite actors?
And then, I don't know, the Joker, in The Dark Knight, that was crazy.
Right. That's what's up. So as a hobby, acting is your passion. What do you do for hobby, for leisure time? Do you work out? Do you play games? Do you go out? What is your hobby?
A lot of the times I feel if you can aim your hobbies towards your own goals, and everything improves you. So for hobbies, I do work out. I like to keep fit. Eating right is definitely a part of that, and I would say also reading. Knowledge is really indescribable what it can do for you, because every piece of knowledge that you do gain now changes fundamentally how you view everything else in the world. Sure. So the more knowledge you gain, the more your perception changes, and the more that you can change the way you see everything and the way other people see things.
Wow. So any books you're reading now or prior to, this interview that has had a big impact on you or spark or make you change your perspective, like wholly? Like, is there anything that you have read?
I mean, there's a lot of books, so many books, dude. But I mean, the one I'm reading right now is Iron John, and just, in general, I like to read a lot of mythological stuff, just because, it's kind of like the human tale over our whole existence.
Okay.
And just like understanding what's common is almost like learning history, because you can't learn about the future unless you learn from the past. So, really taking what other people know, taking that collective knowledge, and just using that towards your own advantage, like, you can only go up more.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. So, it's a little bit off topic. So, we're in L.A., palm trees, a lot of nice things. And, so how's the dating life for you in L.A.? Like, as an actor, you fit, you're intelligent, you're great at what you do, how's the dating life? Like, how's L.A. far as women? Because, it's Tinseltown,
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Right now, I'm trying to stay focused. So,
Right.
like, my biggest thing is, like, just being honest and, whatever happens, happens. But at the same time,
Right.
like, I make sure that my priorities are out there.
Right.
So that, like, nothing gets confused. I'm not trying to, hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. So.
True. That's good. I just think it's important because most times when you're in a profession like yourself or industry, those things can be a big distraction, at least for us men, and I think that's very important, being honest and, having your priorities in line. And that's what's up, man. L.A. Last but not least, what's a favorite quote of yours, a quote that you stick by or that makes you, stimulates you a lot?
There was a really, I don't know, like a couple years ago, I was really going through a lot of, like, Tao books and things like that, and I think the one that stood out for me was, march forward when there is no road, take your enemy by force when there is no enemy,
Wow.
take up arms when there are no arms to bear. And it was just like, in straightforward words seem paradoxical.
Right.
It's like, the quote is describing itself, it seems confusing, but at the same time, it's all true.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And what book was that, or what author was that?
That was the Tao Te Ching.
Okay.
Yeah, so, it's just kind of like, you might not always be able to see what's in front of you, but you got to take it. That's it.
You got to take that risk. Yeah. That's what's up. So is there anything else you want the viewers to see or know that, anything that you got going on or just in general about life? Like, what would you tell someone who's coming up trying to be an actor or just any profession, any type of inspiration you can give them or motivation or any type of phrases or anything you might have?
I would say, we're all physical bodies, and most of the time we're using our eyes to see. But I would say make sure you see with your heart, because it's really one of the most important things, and I feel it's the most underutilized thing in today's world.
Right.
Just because, it seems crazy, or like, does that even make sense? But if you think about it, like, all your dreams, like when you sleep at night, your dreams really do mean something, and it's like your body is trying to tell you something. All you gotta do is look hard enough and you'll figure it out.
Wow. I like that. Thanks again, brother.
Yeah.
That was Donald Lancaster, man. Great guy, MIT grad, pursuing actor, and he's out here in L.A. having fun and enjoying the sun. Everything quality interviews. Check us again next week. Shouts out to Guru, camera guy, and see you soon. Peace.
Like, the workload was so intense that it was like everyone was pulling on. If you didn't start the day you got it, you're not going to make it. And all the professors knew about it. They would laugh about it. And that's why they would give out a prize to one of the teachers every semester called the Big Screw, for just like what teacher they thought was like the most menacing, basically. And so it was like, the students. Funny, my acting coach now says busy people get things done. And I think I was more successful because I played sports, because I worked out. And I had so many things going all the time that my activation energy to get something done was very low. So I could just be like, all right, let's do this. Let's get it done right now.